Happy Christmas in July, everybody. Let's go. Today we're going to be watching the first gay Christmas Hallmark movie, The Holiday Sitter. Wait, The Christmas House was the first Hallmark movie to feature a same-sex couple back in November 2020? And it's also starring Mean Girls' Jonathan Bennett? The reliable queer media source, Them, is wrong? That's just lies. They're lying. This is like how every 3 months Disney and Pixar movies are like, this is our first gay character, this is our first non-binary character. Every 3 months just so they can like have a press release about it. And it's kind of funny Hallmark's doing that too. So The Christmas House was the first gay Christmas movie on Hallmark, starring Jonathan Bennett. So Holiday Sitter is a sec. It's not even the second. There is a sequel. The Christmas House 2 Deck Those Halls premiered in 2021. They are just lying. This is the third gay Christmas movie starring Jonathan Bennett on the Hallmark Channel, but they're saying it's the first. Well, it worked because I heard about it. I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I need to tell y'all why. The movie starts out with our protagonist Sam, aka Uncle Sam, who's a business manager who can't seem to make it to a second date before he runs away because of his deep fear of settling down.
Kids are so cute at that age. Don't mind me. I'm kid crazy right now. My brother and his wife just had twins back in August. My first time being an uncle.
Oh.
Want to see pictures of them?
Oh, no, that's okay. Oh, yes, there they are. There are two of them.
Leah and Chloe. They live in Portland. Can't wait to see them for Christmas. Makes me want to have twins when I get married.
He's basically the type of gay where hating children is his whole personality. We need the representation of gays hating children right now. We need that. It was brave of them to release this last year. We meet Sam, who's on a date, when suddenly...
Do you have any nieces or nephews?
Yes, one of each. Miles and Danya. They live with my sister and brother-in-law in Braden.
It's not too far away. You must see them all the time.
Not this guy he's on a date with being fully surprised that this gay man isn't close to his family. I feel like that's like super normal.
Not really. Being self-employed means working 24/7. You know, plus I find the suburbs confusing with all the peace and quiet and lawn gnomes in front of the identical houses.
Will you see them for Christmas?
No. I will be on a plane to Hawaii in T-minus 22 hours and 4 minutes.
Not him going to Hawaii.
Wait, you're going to Hawaii for Christmas?
That's right.
Without your family?
Yes.
Then we meet Jason DeVito. Jason comes from this big family. He has 7 siblings, 18 nieces and nephews. Not to mention his grandma is like constantly pressuring him to have kids.
You know, their babies due New Year's.
That's right. Hey, did they give you any tips on adopting?
Yeah, they did. And I'm looking over some documents. Oh, and I have an appointment with their lawyer in January.
This is so exciting. Maybe by next Christmas I'll be a grandma again.
Whoa, tap the brakes. I can practically see you knitting booties now. Look, this is going to take some time, and a surprisingly hefty retainer fee for me to get things in place.
Well, don't wait too long. Your brothers and sisters have a head start on you. I'm starting to lose count of how many grandkids I have.
I just think it's funny how the grandma was like, your straight siblings are like really beating you on the race to have kids, when he would have to spend thousands of dollars to buy one. Yeah, I wonder why they're ahead of you in that race. Why is it a race?
I thought we were having a New Year's baby.
Christmas.
We're not ready.
Tell that to the baby.
Oh, I'm bringing it up when she's 18.
We need to focus.
Ampac.
Okay, yeah.
We meet Sam's sister, Kathleen, and her husband, a relevant white man. I honestly didn't catch his name in the movie. I don't think that matters. I think that's okay. I'm gonna say that's okay. Kathleen and her husband are freaking out because the baby they bought, like the lady who's going to give birth, like a surrogate, she's expected to give birth like earlier than expected. It was supposed to be New Year's, now it's about to be before Christmas. They're like, oh fuck, we have to drive out of town before Christmas and get a babysitter for our 2 kids, Miles and Danya. I mean, based on the size of their house, I don't understand why they can't afford to just hire somebody. I get it's Christmas, but I feel like there's plenty of people that have to work on the holidays. So I don't really have anything to say about this clip. I just thought it was funny. Like, look at it. What the fuck is he doing? Is he trying to sit on the suitcase? He's trying to sit on the suitcase. So Kathleen is so desperate to find somebody to watch her children right before Christmas that she has to ask Sam, even though last time he nearly...
We could ask your brother.
Are you kidding?
Don't you remember what happened last time?
Kathleen calls Sam to ask if he's available to babysit her kids.
How's it going, by the way?
The birth mother just went into labor.
So going soon, then?
Sooner than expected. She wasn't supposed to arrive till New Year's. And Mom was gonna help, but she's not set to arrive till the 26th to watch Miles and Danya, and we have to drive out to Buffalo to get the baby today. Anyway, we need to find someone ASAP to come here and be with the kids until we get back.
I did not add that in. They had a record scratch in the movie.
Wait. Are you asking me to babysit?
I know it's been a really long time since you've been drafted into service.
Years. It's been years, Kath.
We're obviously desperate, but you are the only person who never goes anywhere for the holidays.
Sam hates kids. Why would he watch these kids? He's going to Hawaii. To manipulate Sam to babysit her kids, Kathleen calls in the...
I'm calling in the Calvin card.
What? It has been 22 years!
You made me lie to Mom and Dad about where you were on senior night in high school when you snuck out with Kelvin Karnacki to Central Park, and I told him that you were with Sonia Perez and Lola Kurtz so that you wouldn't get grounded for the whole entire summer. You totally owe me big time.
Oh, I can't believe you're calling that in!
I just do not understand why. Does this still matter? He is at least 35. He does not speak to his family. He does not see his family on holidays, but he is fucking deadly scared they will find out he lied one time when he was 16. It does not make sense, but none of this does, and that's why it's a good movie.
You know what? I knew better than to ask, but Nate pulled his Sam's Family Jedi mind tricks, and I fell for it. I guess I'm just gonna have to leave Miles in charge after all. Merry Christmas, Sam.
Miles being in charge was sarcasm, right?
He's 13, of course it was sarcasm.
Is Kathleen doing the white womanhood victim thing to get him to do what she wants? She first is like, can you babysit the kids? And he's kind of like, no. And then she's like, I'm gonna have my 13-year-old do all the work. Hangs up the phone, and then he calls back and is like, is that true? And it's just like, no, she was lying. And if that one didn't work, I think she was going to throw on the fake white woman tears next to get you to do whatever she wanted. That's what I think was happening. That's what was happening there. So we see Jason watching the kids as Sam arrives to take over being the babysitter.
I'll stay until your brother gets here, and I'll finish up the nursery before you get back.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, car is packed.
Christmas is in 4 days. You'll be back in time, right?
Of course, sweetie.
Promise?
I promise.
Wow, I really hope she can keep that promise.
And we'll bring your new baby sister, too.
She clearly does not care about this baby sister. She said, F them kids. I want to be the star. It's about me. Please don't ask me about this new kid again. Why did you buy this fucking kid? I'm a kid. You have one. You have two. Sam finally arrives in his taxi to Kathleen's house. Wait a minute. I can't see. Oh, what? Can you read that message right there? When I first saw this, I assumed the message must have described the house being decorated with Christmas things. And he was confused, which one is it? But when I zoomed in and enhanced, it says, you've arrived at your destination from Maps. Not from generic rideshare, Lyft, Uber. It just says from Maps. So you didn't tell the taxi the address? You didn't type the address into Maps? This is why the movie's honestly really good. He walks up to the wrong house, accidentally knocks on the door to Jason's house. Jason has a big dog that scares him, and he falls into Jason's arms romantically, as we all do when we first meet the love of our lives. Are you really falling for someone? Have you ever fallen on them? He romantically falls into Jason's arms, and there's definitely no chemistry there. I don't think they have a future.
Jason DeVito, your family's neighbor.
Oh, hi. Sam, Dalton, the brother, which you obviously already know. Obviously. I've said obviously twice.
This way.
3 days before Christmas, everybody. Sam sleeps in past when he's supposed to wake up the kids. Danya wakes him up and is like, who are you? And he's like, I'm your Uncle Sam, remember? And she's like, he had a mustache. I don't know who you are. She puts her finger over the upper lip, creating a mustache. He already has the scruffle. And she's like, oh my God, you're him.
Uncle Sam!
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Oh, you're up.
You're late.
Somebody hasn't had their morning coffee.
I'm 13. I don't drink coffee.
Just babe. Yeah. So it's breakfast time, and Sam needs to make pancakes because Danya was told from her mom she's allowed to have pancakes for breakfast today. So she's like, I need a pancake.
I just want pancakes!
We really got to work on your negotiating skills, kid. Kid?
So he texts Jason and he's like, can you help me? And Jason's like, I've been ready to help you, baby. And Jason rushes over and he's like, yeah, I can make a fucking vegan pancake. I can look up a recipe. I'm not incompetent. And Sam's like, I will offer you $100 to make a vegan pancake breakfast for these kids right now. He's like, I can tell you're poor. You need the money. Let's make a vegan pancake. He's low-key like sugar daddy.
Right now, I will pay you $100 to make me a vegan pancake breakfast.
Jason whips up some impressive Christmas vegan pancakes. Sam sees how good Jason is with the kids and is like, yo, why don't you help me babysit these kids and I can just keep paying you? Because clearly you need it. Sam can tell Jason is a broke bitch and is like, how much for you to help babysit for the next 2 days?
I want to hire you.
What?
To co-nanny, or Manny, or Uncle, whatever. I just need someone to help me until I get the hang of things. For 2 days. Name your price.
Do you always throw money at a problem?
Only when I think it'll work.
And Jason is like, this is how much it costs for the lawyer I need. He doesn't explain that he needs the lawyer to buy a child legally. I mean, adopt.
The retainer fee is 3 times what I budgeted for.
What's the fee? Done.
Well, looks like you got yourself an uncle consultant.
Yes, I do.
After agreeing to work for Sam, Jason points out how Sam has some green pancake batter on his Rossini loafers.
Oh! Thanks. Hey, Jason. How'd you know these were Rossini loafers?
I'm gay.
So Sam just realized, confirmed, this guy I think is hot is gay. Uh-oh. Sam, while talking to Kathleen, is like, hey, by the way, I'm having Jason help me take care of the kids. I hope that's fine with you. Also, why didn't you tell me your neighbor is this hot gay guy next door? Like, come on, sis, why aren't you helping me out?
And also very good looking and gay. And how's come you never told me about him before?
I thought about it when he first moved in next door, but you two are very different. He's really serious about having a family, Sam. And you're...
She's like, Sam, he wants kids, you don't. Next. Jason finds out that Sam was planning on going to Hawaii for Christmas and wasn't going to stay and be with his family.
Especially since I'm headed to the airport as soon as they get home.
You're spending Christmas in Hawaii? By yourself?
Trying to. My goal is to unplug and relax. Best I can.
But it's Christmas. Don't you want to spend it with your family?
And Jason low-key got the ick from that. He was kind of like, ugh, it's not hot to me that you don't want to be with your family like at all times, especially the holidays. His kink is trad husband. Sam finally gets confirmed that Jason is gay when he explains that the gay couple he waved to, one of the dudes was like his high school boyfriend. And Sam, being a cartoon character, falls and does another wooga, wooga, ooh, you're so high, ooh, hello, nurse.
Kevin was my high school boyfriend. You okay?
Yep. Shrub just attacked me.
Beginning to think you have an inner ear disorder.
He literally falls like, oh my god, you're gay?
Actually, I'm not.
They have this cute moment where Sam says he always runs away after the first date. Jason is like, I'm tired of waiting for my happily ever after.
But I'm tired of waiting for my happily ever after to start.
What does that mean?
After this Christmas, I am starting the adoption process. That's what I needed the retainer fee for. No more waiting. I'm going to have my happily ever after, even if I got to do it on my own.
And Sam thinks this is hot? 2 days until Christmas. 2 days until Christmas.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
They did it. They did the little nod. He was in Mean Girls. He can't make fetch happen for a dog. That's so fun. You guys know that? He was in Mean Girls. Sam's leaving, and he'll miss the Christmas play Miles is in. Sam offers to help Miles with his lines, because he used to be in Christmas plays, and he was the star. He killed it every time. Everyone knows Sam was the lead of the Christmas play. We learned Jason has heard of Sam before from Kathleen, and how he doesn't want kids, and therefore he isn't his type. And his family member is just like,
I'm just helping him with the kids for a couple of days while he's here, and that's it.
Right. Mom said he lives in Manhattan. Not too far away from you if you want to date.
Who said anything about dating?
Do you? I just came for paint.
his family member person, who I forget who he is, says how Grandma says he's single, and basically his whole family's really pushing him to be with Sam. He's like, Grandma says he's single, Grandma's pushing it, I'm also pushing it, like, you should get with this guy. And he's like, Kathleen said he's not my side because he doesn't want to immediately have kids. And he's like, well, did you ask him if he wants to have kids with you?
And then she said, Sam and I wouldn't be a good fit. Apparently he's kind of a permanent bachelor and not this settling down and starting a family kind of guy.
Maybe. Or maybe you let him tell you that one way or the other.
Sam, as he promised, is helping Miles work on his lines for the Christmas play. And this is how Miles reads his lines.
Okay, let's restart with the opening paragraph, okay?
Many of you know of the man we call Santa Claus, but today you're going to hear...
And I just want y'all to remember this. Just soak up this scene in your head right now of how he is reading the lines. Please take a minute to absorb that and save that for later in the movie. Thank you.
What?
Not Jason once again being super turned on that Sam is like the family guy.
Looks like I'm an uncle again.
Congratulations.
When can you get home? We're gonna video call with Kathleen and Nate soon.
I'm on my way.
Oh my gosh, not you like spending time with your family? You did the cooking and the cleaning. We love the trad husband king.
Are you gonna make it back in time for Christmas?
We're gonna do our best, honey. Yeah, it's snowing very hard outside, though.
But you promised.
We did. And we're gonna be there.
Well, I sure hope they can keep that promise about being home on Christmas. I would hate it if they lied and traumatized their very young child. Once you're that young, Christmas is everything, and if you were to lie...
We can't take your sister on an airplane, sweetie. She's just too young.
Sorry, we can't take your newborn baby sister on the airplane, sweetie. The last ticket available is next to Chica. Could you take her on a submersible? I know that they usually only have room for 5, but you and the baby, it should be enough, right? Sam, he's like, why not ask Dad to help drive you guys? He has a huge SUV, but they can't reach him. And Sam is like, what about Mr. Biddle?
What about Mr. Biddle? He's a neighbor closer to town. Mom calls him to drive up to Dad's place to tell him to call her all the time.
But Mom's in Italy. I guess I could try to get her attention to get Mr. Biddle's number.
I have his number.
You do?
Yeah, I went fishing there every summer with Dad till I was 16.
You fished?
Weird, right?
Jason's like,
I'm gay.
Not you telling me about that family shit again. He's just like, oh my god, not you having like a good relationship with your father at some point in your life that doesn't exist now, but like even that thought is like, it's working for me right now. So it's doing something. Jason's love language is trad husband, and Sam can see that, so he's like, let me keep offering to like help do house chores, help watch kids, and he's just like, Jason, can I help you? And Jason's painting a room this time.
You might get paint on your nice sweater.
Oh.
Bruh.
I'm gay.
Sam explains that he will be staying partially on Christmas Day now after the presents from Santa are opened, and then he says,
Yes, dear.
Gay. Sam is like, oh, I have to wrap all these presents for the kids. And Jason's like, oh, I can come over tonight once the kids are asleep and I can help you wrap all the presents.
Maybe you and Donnie can come too, and then afterwards you can wrap the presents when they're asleep.
Later, we get to Jason talking about the gay boys in LA. Boo! We hate LA gay boys in this movie. That's the vibe in this movie, is like, they all suck. I don't live in LA, I can't speak on the matter, but I'm just quoting the material.
Big step, being a single parent.
And now you sound like everyone else I know. Especially the guys I used to date back in Los Angeles.
Was it bad?
Not bad so much as just disheartening. You know, I dated a guy for a while, and then as soon as it got to the, oh, you're serious about having a family thing, I just ghosted. Last guy went to the bathroom and he just never came back. So I paid the check and then started making plans to move home to Braden.
I would never do that to you.
You know, at least pay the check.
Depending on how quickly he says that is understandable. If you're on a first date and the dude is just like, hey, I want to have a family and kids like very quickly, are you down? Before even having like a connection with the person, I think if you say that really quickly, it makes sense that people would be like, whoa, that's kind of a lot, which is almost the antithesis of Sam, right? Like Sam hears kids and runs away from the second date. Jason on the first date talks about kids and his date runs away. It's kind of like the typical date for Sam, but because he didn't run away because they weren't on a date and got to know him over the span of 2 to 3 days, he's like, oh, just kidding, I can do this with you specifically. So Miles basically still sucks at reading his lines for the Christmas play. All of the adults in charge talk about how they know it's because he's nervous about his crush.
Hey, how'd it go?
Better. And then Arabella came on stage with Declan and Miles got off track.
Like, I don't know, why are they so invested in his love life? I've never supervised children to be like, they're obviously in love with each other. But I don't think that's normal. So Sam finally gets a hold of his dad, who's like, wait, am I a grandpa again? Because that's weird, because like, you're gay.
You're a grandpa again.
From you?
What? No, Dad, come on.
Right? I mean, that's why I was confused.
Wait, I'm a grandpa again? But you're... I shouldn't say it. Sam and Jason, they're wrapping the presents as the children are sleeping, and they're trying to wrap this scooter, and they're like, how do we do this? Fold it in half and wrap it like a folded in half scooter. Sam brings up the payment again. Jason tries to reassure him that at this point, I would be willing to do this for free. The money doesn't matter to me.
I feel like I'm taking advantage of you.
What do you mean?
Our original deal was for a couple of days at most. We're headed into day 4. If you count you watching them before I arrived.
I don't.
But I do.
But don't consider it part of, payment.
Of course I'd consider it part of the payment. I'm not gonna take advantage of your kindness.
It's one day till Christmas, you guys. It's Christmas Eve. Sam decides to make breakfast for the whole house, and he doesn't burn the house down. He's a successful husband now. He's husband material now. He can cook, he can clean, he can cook. Then we see the father meeting the new baby they just bought, and his dad says,
well done.
He's like, you bought a good baby. This is a good baby, good race, good size, good weight. Jason gets Sam a Christmas sweater and then a nicer Christmas sweater because he thinks it would look good on him.
I figured you'd want something for tonight. And I thought that color would look really good on you.
Thank you. It's perfect.
Okay. Well, see you later.
Arabella's grandma tells Sam that Arabella has a crush on Miles, and Sam runs to Miles to tell him that he doesn't need to be nervous for this role because Arabella wants him.
Miles.
What?
She likes you.
What?
Arabella. She likes you, not Decker.
Declan.
Whatever. I heard it straight from her grandma's mouth. She likes you, dude.
Wow.
Is this not too many adults invested in this 13-year-old's romance? No one was invested in mine. Was I just neglected? Did nobody care? Arabella's grandma's like, she has a crush on Miles. And I swear if this was real life, they would go run up to Arabella and Arabella would be like, you think my grandma knows who I got a crush on? Like, sorry, bozo. Ew. I would be like, my grandma doesn't know who I like. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you thought. Can y'all recall how Miles was reading his lines earlier in the film? Do y'all remember? You remember how he was reading those lines?
Many of you know of the man we call Santa.
Well, we're supposed to believe that this is how Miles can read the lines now, that he's not nervous about Arabella.
Good evening, and Merry Christmas Eve. Many of you know of the man we call Santa Claus. But today, you're going to hear about how he came to be.
We're supposed to believe that Miles can read his lines like this now that he's a Chad, got the girl, and is no longer nervous. Just like them holding hands, getting so excited watching this children's Christmas play. They're jonesing over this kid's play. They're just like...
Yes! Yes!
They can't go too fast because they have the new baby.
That's right.
Danya, at this point, she says they can't go too fast because they have the new baby. When talking about the parents coming home, and it's like, right, and they can't go on an airplane because they'd sit next to Chica. They can't go on a submersible because they'd implode. And I'm just so happy she's learning. It's really props to her for learning this Christmas season when she's out of school. Fucking go, Danya. Can we pause? Wait, did Jason just leave the cookies out? There are no kids to see that being done. He just left out the cookies for him and Sam to just eat it in the morning so the kids just see a plate with no cookies. Just say you want some cookies. Just say you want some cookies. Sam explains he's leaving early Christmas morning, and they have this cute moment where they turn off the lights except for the Christmas tree and hold hands singing Silent Night.
All is calm. All is bright.
They're home.
Then they almost kiss. I feel like Christmas is their kink. Also, not to mention, they definitely had time to kiss. And that was a choice, mama. That was a choice not to kiss. They had time to kiss. They see the headlights. There's a full probably minute or two before they would even step in the house. And they're just like, ooh, gotta go. Not kiss now. Could have just kept it quick. I'm just saying. And that's probably what Jason was thinking. Sam asks Kathleen if he can stay for Christmas. And she is like, what changed your mind? And he's like,
a lot of things.
It's that guy over there named Jason, who like is like really cool, and he like likes kids a lot, and not in the way conservative people think we like. Sam hands Jason a check to cover the lawyer fee as they discuss, and he adds additional funds to the check to support the new baby. So kind, right?
Oh.
It should cover the retainer fee and then some.
This is way too generous.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you.
I bet you could have. Eventually.
Jason got the ick from getting the check and sneakily puts it in Sam's stocking. Jason says a clear final goodbye and says,
the deal is done and the check is paid as agreed, so. Merry Christmas.
Sam's dad interrupts with the most pointless conversation about cookies, which stops Sam from going to Jason to like get clarity on that moment.
These cookies are great. You didn't make them, did you?
No, they were a gift.
Huh. Well, they're fantastic.
This is just the realest part of the movie of having someone come up to you don't want to be talking to, and you can't go do what you want, and you just have to be like, yeah, the cookies taste good. I saw myself in that moment. It's Christmas Day. It's Christmas. They name the baby after Sam for the middle name.
Meet your baby sister, Angelica Samantha Walker.
No.
Sam is very touched. He's like, oh my gosh, I'm a family guy now. Sam is spending all Christmas with them, which, I don't know, for me, Christmas was just like a morning holiday. You open the presents, but then after that, it was mostly a normal day for myself, but he's staying the whole day. I'm so glad.
You know what? Right there. Stop.
Sam offers to start breakfast, and his dad asks for pancakes.
I'd love some pancakes.
Everything reminds me of him. He confesses to his sister that he likes Jason a lot and that Jason returned the check. She's like, what's the check? And he's like, the check is on the and
He originally agreed to be paid to help you, and then things changed. And it didn't feel right taking the money anymore. What?
Sam says he's scared of being with Jason because he hasn't always had the option to have kids and a marriage and a family legally.
See, you've known your whole life that marriage and kids were at least an option. That hasn't been my experience. But legally and perception-wise, I faced a a whole lot of, not you.
And he has never really thought of that, and that's why he's never gone on a second date. And this is the first time he's maybe thinking he could do the trad husband kink for Jason.
All I know is for the first time in my whole life, I'm thinking maybe.
Montage of Jason missing Sam, LOL. Jason confesses he likes Sam to his family member, and his family member's like,
Well, he paid me for our time together, and that tells me what he thinks.
So he followed through on paying you what you agreed to.
Felt transactional.
Because it was a transaction, not a declaration.
y'all had an agreement and he followed through. That don't mean he don't like you. Basically, his family is like, it'll be too late if you wait to hit on him after the holidays, and he's gonna find someone else. Like, you need to keep it quick and like keep it tight. And he's like, OMG, you were right. Let me get up and get out and get to Sam right now and confess my love. They're both on a journey to find each other to confess each other's love.
I'm gonna tell Jason how I feel.
Amazing.
Sam goes to Jason's house. Jason's like, you're important to me. And Sam's like, you're important to me. And Sam is like, I enjoyed the 3 days we pretended to be husbands with kids, and then they finally kiss after Sam says he wanted to be with him forever.
You feel right. More than any other guy I've ever met in my whole life. And I can't make forever a guarantee, I know that, but I think that there might be a way.
That's what I mean. It's giving like Queer Ultimatum, Love is Blind. It's giving short pace reality TV sort of love timeline for me. It's so U-Haul, appropriating cultures, are we? After they kiss, we see the whole family cheers because they've been watching. They all hug and jump, and then that's the movie. When I first started doing research to make this video, I thought it was the first Hallmark gay Christmas movie. But when I realized there are more, I knew I had to watch them all. So please subscribe if you'd like to see me watch the Jonathan Bennett Gay Movie Industrial Complex, aka The Christmas House and The Christmas House 2, and maybe a few others. Gay Christmas in July, baby. They're trying to take our rights, but they can't take Christmas, because that was inherently gay. Please subscribe and comment and do other things, because I would love to make this monetizable, but you know, we're just starting out with like no subscribers, so.